watch along for the Hungarian Grand Prix qualifying. We'll see how this goes. We're trying something a little bit different today. What we're going to be doing is streaming to a bigger audience, so we'll see how this works for sure. So please get those chats coming in and let's see how this goes. I'm bringing up the chat now on my end. Hopefully everything will be on show. We're going to go through a little bit of news, what's been going on in Formula One and all that good stuff. Now, I just want to check a few things as we're going live. Welcome to the stream. The pre-show is starting. I saw Nicholas Latifi took pole, which is insane. Do we not think that's absolutely insane that Nicholas Latifi took first place, even if it's practice, it's still mad. I guess it was wet and things like that. Right then, let me just mute this so I can just see what's going on. So it was wet, right? It was wet for the practice, wasn't it? It was wet for the practice. If you are new here, we do watch-alongs here every single F1 race for the qualifying and for the race. Soon enough, I'll be talking through some news, and then we'll bring up the live timing over on that screen as well. Welcome, Wayne. Welcome, James. Welcome, welcome, Dan. Welcome, Chris and Rob and James. Welcome, Paul. Welcome, everyone. How are we doing? We've got about, 28 minutes until we start qualifying. It feels weird not looking at my Facebook chat and things like that. You can see we've got the little chat there going up over my shoulder on the TV now. So do get involved, guys. Do get involved. And the notifications working on YouTube as well, is it? That's absolutely mega. Let me have a look. I haven't got it. Fantastic. How you doing, Paul? Hope you're doing well. So we're going to get into a little bit of news. I suppose. And the first piece of news that everyone obviously is going to be talking about and has been talking about for the past days is Seb Vettel retiring at the end of the season. I'd love to know your thoughts on that and what you think of Sebastian Vettel and all that good stuff. What you actually like. My laugh is mega. What you actually think of Seb Vettel, his retirement, the way he announced it, and things like that. I'd absolutely love input from you guys on what you think about that, basically. And did he do it the right way? Is it the right time? And things like that. I'm absolutely gutted that Seb Vettel is leaving at the end of the season. I'm absolutely gutted that he's leaving at the end of the season. If I'm really honest, it's such a shame. It's such a genuine shame that he's leaving. A great of the sport. I think part of the problem is lots of people don't know his history and things like that, and how strong he is, and what's you know what I mean, the history of Seb Vettel. And I think a lot of new fans just see what he's doing now at the back with the Aston Martin, and I think it's such a shame. It's all working then. It's all working. Cheers, Dan. It's all working then. Thank you. I'm good, Richard. I've got no particular predictions at the minute. The Williams has looked weirdly strong, and I didn't watch practice, so maybe some of you guys can let me know about that. What went down in practice? I know it was a wet practice and stuff like that, but I'd be really interested to know how. Basically, I believe the Williams is the first and third. Did it dry up towards the end, and did they get lucky with a lap, or was it just pace? Stuck what to do today? Football, F1, and this fine specific. I mean, I'm doing the F1, so you get 2 in 1 with me. But do let me know what you think about Seb Vettel. Looks like Williams have a wet setup on their car, could qualify well but struggle tomorrow when dry. Interesting. Seb binned it, red flagged, restart with 2 minutes left, track drying towards the end. BTCC, or later as well. Thank you for the shares. Yeah, British Touring Car later as well. British Touring Car later as well. We can't forget that, can we? We really can't forget that. We really can't forget that. Stop. Dan needs to go. No. You need to just watch this. You just need to watch this. So thank you all for joining me. It seems this is what weekends are for. A bit of Formula One and stuff. Are you doing the comma on BTC? What? Indeed, Josh. Indeed. We'll have to see what happens. Won't we? For the rest of it, and for the for the qualifying, it'll be interesting to see what happens. But I wanted to, if no one's particularly got anything, I think everyone's over the Seb news. I'm not. I'm really not over it. The Haas, big updates. The big updates on the Haas. Are they working? They don't seem to be working on the timesheets. They've gone very Ferrari on the on what they're doing, but it doesn't seem to be working a great deal to me. Magnussen only just faster than Schumacher, and it's Magnussen with the updates, right? So it doesn't seem to have worked where they've got this really sort of dipped in side pod and things like that. But then again, you see, saying that, if anyone's looked at the Alpine is probably the most aggressively cut back side pod in terms of at the top there. It's really dipped in way more than the Ferrari is. It's very aggressive on the Alpine, which kind of surprised me when I had a look at it. I haven't got a picture of it. But you've got a new floor, you've got new rear, you've got new side pods. I think they've got new suspension geometry on the back, all sorts of stuff going on the Haas. I hope it makes them stronger. I don't think anyone would be unhappy with Haas doing well, would they? I think that's generally a thing everyone can subscribe to. Honestly, Haas doing well. To be honest, I'd be happy with Haas doing well. I'd like to see Schumacher doing well, but it makes sense that Haas have given the upgrades to it makes sense giving the upgrades to Magnussen. He's far more experienced and things like that. How you doing, Aiden? Hi, Sean. How you doing? We are live today. Over on YouTube. We're live on Twitch as well today, testing it out and seeing how it goes. Because basically the non-gaming content like watch-alongs I can put anywhere. So if you are new to me, I don't know if anyone's watching on Twitch or YouTube. I'm a partner content creator on YouTube and Facebook, but I generally stream only and exclusively on Facebook with my gaming content. But non-gaming content I can stream anywhere. So here I am with non-gaming content. And the chat seems to be working over my head, doesn't it? In the TV, it seems to be working quite nicely. So you can pick which platform you want to watch. If you're watching me on Facebook, make sure you drop a like. If you're watching on YouTube, please also drop a like on the stream. If you're watching on YouTube or Twitch, drop a subscribe as well. Well, that's good, Wayne. If that works for you, that works for you. Alonso top 3 today. I mean, that'd be really good, but I don't see it myself. I don't see it happening myself. We can have some predictions. I'm looking on my coverage now. I haven't audibly got it on, but it looks dry. Is it dry over there? Calm down, James. We've got another 20 minutes, mate. I'm trying to fill time. Don't rush me. We've got literally one more slide. There are upgrades. I was working on getting it multi-streaming so we can get it on Twitch and YouTube today. I thought it'd be fun to try that and see what happens and see if anyone comes along from those platforms. I don't know if they are. I don't think they are, but I thought I'd give it a try. I thought I would give it a try. I think there's a couple watching over on YouTube. I think, but there we go. Drying up had W series on. Fair enough. Fair enough. Who do you think? Okay, here's a question. Who do you think? Who do you think will take Sebastian Vettel's spot? Who do you think will take Sebastian Vettel's spot? Have you got any predictions, guys? Have you got any predictions, guys? Who do you think will take Sebastian Vettel's spot? I actually don't know. I don't know. I don't know, honestly. I can't decide who's going to take his spot. I really hope that the Haas get faster anyway. And here's the Aston Martin upgrade. They've gone around convex and concave regulations on the rear wing by having this sort of handle type situation going on the rear wing, which should be interesting, and hopefully it works for them. I don't want Ricciardo to go to Aston Martin. Honestly, Ricciardo, if Aston Martin is Ricciardo's only option, he should leave Formula One. And that's not me having a go at Danny Rick, but he shouldn't just be there to make up the numbers, which he would be doing if he went to Aston Martin. I mean, he's maybe going to get some points finishes and stuff, but I think he's better than that even now. Nick De Vries, Schumacher. Why would I'd like to know why Schumacher would ever go there. It's a step back for me. I don't know why he'd go there. I honestly don't see why Schumacher would go over to Aston Martin when really I honestly think his trajectory is to stay with Haas for another couple of seasons and then take Sainz's seat at Ferrari if he carries on developing well. Got about 17 minutes until we start qualifying, guys. I will bring up the live timing when it's time. But over here, what we've got, I guess you've all seen, Hulkenberg's a pointless endeavour, isn't he? He's had his chance. Over here, what you've got is, the idea is, with this raised bit on the rear wing, is to contain the airflow and not have it wash out, which the regulations, sort of, the point of them was to have the airflow wash out at the sides, reducing downforce. But what Aston Martin have done is really smartly built up these sort of walls on end fences, if you like, on the end plates on the rear wing, which should help flow the airflow over the rear wing and increase downforce. I honestly don't. I can't think of why Hulkenberg would be in the seat at all. I don't. Only if it was for like a season and a stopgap. But I think lots of drivers are available at the end of the season as well. In my memory, I think lots of drivers are available. But I'm not entirely sure. I think they are. There's lots available, I think. How you doing, Richard? Hope you're well. I mean, Gasly's signed, Tsunoda's signed. Who's available? Ricciardo's got another season, right? I mean, Hamilton and George aren't going anywhere. Max and Checo aren't going anywhere. Leclerc and Perez aren't going anywhere. Alonso's not signed yet, I don't think, but Ocon's not going anywhere. Tsunoda and Gasly aren't going anywhere. Bottas isn't going anywhere, and Guan Yu isn't going anywhere. So I'm pretty sure he's tied. I think he's long-term tied down with Alpine. I think he's long-term tied down with Alpine, like long time. But yeah, Hulkenberg. The only way I'd see Hulkenberg in there is if they, like me, I'd take a De Vries or a Piastri over Hulkenberg in the seat, and I used to like Hulkenberg, but I think he's had his chance. You know, If you put Hulkenberg in the seat, what is it that you're getting? You know, um, what is it that you're gonna get from that situation? Um, I don't think Ricardo starts the year with McLaren. Lots of stirring up happening with the Indy teams. Danny is done there, I think. Maybe I could see Danny Rick going to IndyCar because he likes America and stuff, doesn't he? He likes America and stuff. So we could see Danny Rick going to America for sure. I think. Um, if you are in the stream, please do make sure you're hitting that thumbs up, guys, and hitting the like button on the stream and following, subscribing, all that good stuff. We're going to be bringing up the live timing soon enough. What about giving one of the Formula E guys a chance? Name one that would deserve an F1 seat. I thought Colton Herta for a while would get the McLaren seat, but everyone keeps poo-pooing that idea. Kvyat? No, mate. No, he won't, Jay. Not a chance. Literally no chance. I think even if he was available, he wouldn't, Jay, honestly. I can't think of anyone in Formula E that I'd put in the seat. Well, I say that. Is De Vries in Formula E this season? I can't remember. Thank you, Ashton, David, Jack, Reese, Daniel, Michael, Luke, Tom, Richard for the reactions. Pretty much, James. Yeah, pretty much. It works the other way around. It works the other way around generally that people go to Formula E after F1 or they can't get to F1 so they go in Formula E. That's not a slight on the Formula E grid. The Formula E grid has got some serious drivers on it. But if they had the choice, they'd already be in Formula One and stuff like that, you know. I actually, right, having not seen practice, when I first loaded up the live timing, excuse me, when I first loaded up the live timing, I actually thought that it was bugged out because I saw Latifi and Albon first and third. Jimmy Johnson, behave yourself. Jimmy Johnson. What are you even chatting right now? What are you even chatting right now, mate? What are you even talking about right now? Jimmy Johnson. Come on now. Come on now. People like to say some strange things sometimes, don't they? But Jimmy Johnson. I think the most likely way is a young one, isn't it? I think the most likely way is a young driver to come into it. It's mad, isn't it? It's mad, Joey. It's mad. Thank you for all the reactions, guys. Does the chat work above my head? Do we like the chat above my head? Do we like that? I think it works quite well, having the chat above my head. So they're thinking the Ferraris are the favourites here. Thinking the Ferraris are the favourites here. Oh, congratulations. We've got 100 messages today. They were indeed, Josh. Nice addition. What? What? Oh, the chat. Sorry, I got confused. So we've got like 10 minutes until qualifying. Now, what order do you? Come on, let's get the predictions going. Everyone in chat, what do you think is going to be your prediction? They've been struggling to heat the tires all season, Dewey. If you watch Mercedes, they're nowhere for like 4 laps in the race after each stop, and then they've got as good a pace as anyone nearly. But get your predictions into the chat. Get your predictions in, guys. I can't. I think we're going to have. I feel like we might get something like Leclerc, Verstappen, Lando. I don't know. Leclerc, Max, Lando is what I'm going to go with. That's what I'm going to go with. No idea who to put in the seat. I've seen comments going on about Hulkenberg. I like him, but I want to see someone new in. I just don't know what he'd bring to the table. I'm a fan of Hulkenberg, but what does he bring to the table? You know, what does he bring? He's a serial nearly guy, isn't he? You know, and I'm a fan of his. Really terrible in those conditions in FP3 though. Going in blind today. Have seen any in the practice properly. Leclerc, Max, Alonso. I just don't see Alonso up there, to be honest. I think he's going to be maybe top 6 or 7, but did I see Latifi in top 3 at the end of FP3? He was first, Nathan. Is Liam Lawson attached to Red Bull? Could he get a chance possibly in the Aston? Aston have to go young because they need to secure their future in the sport. I don't know, to be honest, Tom. I don't know. I can't answer that question, mate. Does anyone know about Liam Lawson being attached? I don't know. I actually don't know. Leclerc, Max, Sainz, Hamilton, Russell, Alonso, Lando. Bloody hell, Josh. Bloody hell. That is Alonso. I don't think you're going to be far off with that. Ferrari get pole and then absolutely bin it tomorrow. I mean, that's standard, right? Rain coming on the radar in 20 minutes, rain, maybe? No, it was wet, Nathan. It was wet and it worked. Interesting. The commentators I'm listening to think Max isn't going to be in the top 3. No one thinks Max is going to be in the top 3. They've asked like 5 people. None of them think Max is going to be in the top 3. Interesting. I just don't think you can. I don't think you can knock him. De Vries is tiny, isn't he? Surprised about Aston starting F1. Was thinking they'd be okay and then make their own engines, but I can't even see Aston lasting another 5 years. I don't think the intent was ever to make their own engines, Tom. And I think with Aston Martin, I think with Aston you need to qualify it a little bit with. I think you need to qualify it a bit with Aston Martin that they're building an entirely new Formula One campus for development. You know, they're in a development sort of phase right now as a team. And I think you're going to see the fruits of that probably in like what? Honestly, in about 5 years, probably. Because I think it's the end of this year that their whole campus finishes getting built. So, how you doing, Connor? And honestly, that's not a bad shout, Rob. I mean, look, the Red Bulls haven't been about in practice, right? As in, Max hasn't been quite as strong. Now, I'm going to throw it out there. I don't know what's about to happen in qualifying at all. But could they be running a floor which complies with the soon-to-be-closed regulation loophole? What do we think? Could they be? I don't know. It would be. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's one route to go down. I've not seen if Max is out of the top 3 in qualifying. I'm going with that theory. Yeah, Josh, that was a theory that was bandied about as well. Honestly, look, if Max is outside the top 3 in qualifying here, I'm quite confident on that theory. Because Max has not been anywhere near being that slow, has he? I think that it adds weight to that theory for sure, honestly. I actually do. It'll be interesting though because See, I was wondering about that with if you have I can play this bit for you. Or maybe I can't, but it's time. No, I'm not saying they are, Nathan. They could be. Max has been slow all week. Right. The way we've all been around F1 long enough, or should have been, I think. The upgrades in F1 sometimes come to one driver first and then another driver second. Checo was slow last week, and so far this weekend, Max is slow by his own standard, right? So, and it's totally plausible to think they had one floor ready for Perez to test last week in France, and then they've got more floors ready for Max to use, right? Now, it would be interesting because Red Bull have more of a gap, right? To me, it makes sense that if because we don't know it, it's not confirmed, right? We don't know if Red Bull and Ferrari weren't compliant. It's just logical to say they weren't. You think they weren't compliant because they're the cream of the crop this season, right? Now, it would make sense that either. Well, there's a few scenarios here. Nothing's going on at Red Bull. That's one theory. Nothing's going on at Red Bull. Just they're not good here. Totally plausible, right? That Ferrari continue to be strong and everyone's compliant. That's one, right? Another one is that Red Bull are now running a compliant floor, right? And that Ferrari have always been compliant. That's another one, right? And the reason why that's possible is Red Bull have a gap in both constructors and drivers, right? So it would make sense that Red Bull go, right, let's get Perez on it early, get some data back on that floor, then get then get Max on that floor for Hungary, get more data on it, and then we've got the summer break, right? And then they can work going forwards from Spa with that data on the new floor. Whereas Ferrari might be saying, okay, we've got a compliant floor ready, but we need as many points as we can get. So we're going to run this floor until legally we're not allowed to. And then for Spa, Ferrari put on a new floor so that Ferrari and Red Bull have got this now compliant floor. Or, these are the options, I think. I'm not saying that Red Bull were running a legal floor. I'm not saying Ferrari are running a legal floor. I don't know. I know as much as you guys. Only people directly working for and involved with Red Bull know, and only people directly involved and working for Ferrari actually know. But I don't know. I'd love to know your thoughts on this. Guys. I really, really would. I'd love to know your thoughts on this. As we approach qualifying, we're just a couple of minutes away from qualifying now. Now, I wanted to check stuff because I've not actually looked on the other platforms what it looks like with me live. I mean, to be fair, people have already said that they can see me live on YouTube and stuff like that, but I can't, which is interesting. Oh yeah, there I am. Now I've refreshed it. Fantastic, that's working. I asked yesterday, he didn't answer. Oh, dude. So look, you see, Verstappen's got a 63-point lead. Oh, and there is that other option. Or the Ferrari. I don't see that actually, Matthias. I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening myself. I don't see that happening at all, Matthias. I don't see them running test at all. I think you could be right. Max is now struggling in practice. They may have been trying last week with one car, now doing both cars. I think it's a genuine, plausible possibility. I'm just being very careful with my language because I know people can get extra precious about certain things, you know? People can get really precious about it, and I'm really not saying people are cheating. It was a loophole. Like, is the Aston Martin rear wing loophole going to get closed and so on and so forth? Like, I don't know. As we see cars go out onto the track, the sky is just so dark grey above the Hungaroring, or just off to the side of the Hungaroring. It could absolutely throw it down there by the looks of it. I mean, for me, look, I'm going to say as a neutral in this, I hope the option that Red Bull are now running a compliant floor and Ferrari are yet to is the best option for me. Honestly, I'd really like that as a fan of Formula One. I would love that if Red Bull were using a now non-compliant floor and are being pegged back by that, and the Ferrari are still using a non-compliant floor for as long as possible. But they have indeed, but I never saw how damaged it was because I didn't see any of the practice session. Wow. Masses of brake dust coming off one of the Red Bulls there. Now we are session underway. You should start seeing times coming over there. You should start seeing times coming over the screen on my left. Magnussen out in the now heavily upgraded Haas. You'll have to let me know what your commentators are saying about the rain, guys, because it's. I'll turn mine up a touch for me. So that moist looks imminent. I agree. The moist looks imminent. It really, really does. It looks extremely imminent, doesn't it? It looks extremely imminent. Please make sure you're hitting the like on the stream, guys, and also following, subscribing, all that good stuff. Yes, Nathan, they have, yes. For one driver. They don't have it ready for both. So it's basically from an explanation I've seen, guys, previously with previous regulations, they had like an in-wash side pod and aerodynamic philosophy. So the air would come over the car and go in towards like that rear crash structure, you know, the Coke bottle shape, if you remember it. Now it's more about a downwash rather than an inwash. It's a downwash that they're aiming for. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but as the air goes over and around the side pods, instead of like an inwash towards the rear, they're wanting it to go down like that. K-Mag has the updated package, yes. So we've got many purple sectors coming in, which we will. They might be super important, Josh. You are correct, mate. You are correct. Stroll popping up in first there. Hamilton with first now, sorry, and Bottas in second place. Verstappen straight up to first with 7/10 faster there. I'm quite far behind on my coverage today compared to the live thing. Appreciate that, Nathan. I appreciate that. Like the way I'm approaching this, I'm trying to approach these watch-alongs with knowledge, but also extremely open to people joining in that are new. And I'd hope the community, would be welcoming if someone pops up from any of the platforms and is new to this. I really hope that the community would be welcoming and chat about it and you know, encouraging and things like that. So we've got Verstappen, Hamilton, Russell. Have Mercedes been sandbagging? Welcome, Mel. How you doing? I mean, that was the first salvo, wasn't it? That was the first salvo. I mean, we don't have the Ferraris yet. We don't have the Ferraris setting times yet, but, I mean, that is the first round of times. Do we have any ETA on the rain, guys, or is it missing the circuit? Is it missing the circuit? That's the question. Do we know? So if you're not watching the coverage, guys, the rain is just off to the side of the circuit, and it's apparent in most of the camera angles, but one side of the circuit is clear. How you doing, Derek? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing very, very well indeed. They are 7/10 off. You are correct, yeah. But in fairness, yeah, I suppose, yeah. Think they've said most of the rain will miss. Okay, thank you. 16 to 25% chance of rain. I mean, I think we're going to see a convergence of this, Ashton. We're going to have a convergence of this on what they think. Norris with a superb time up in second there. Norris actually with a purple third sector there. Alonso with a solid lap up into 5th place. Lando, strong time. So interesting first set of runs there. We've got Bottas up to 3rd. Interesting. We've still got the Ferraris to set times. Vettel with a huge moment in the final corner. His honestly, that Aston looks horrible, man. That Aston looks horrible. It really does. There's no balance to it at all. Verstappen with 2 purple sectors, and it goes absolutely rapid, mate. Verstappen just 8/10 faster. Goes 8/10 faster. Non-gaming content, mate. Non-gaming content. So I don't know how it works on Twitch, but here we are. I'm allowed to with non-gaming content. So the Ferraris are slower in the 1st and 2nd sector than Verstappen. So I do want to ask the question. So, Parc Ferme starts at the very start of qualifying, correct? Parc Ferme starts as the car leaves the garage, right? Sainz just 4th. So, how about again, I don't think the theory's gone. Right? I don't think the theory is out of the door to say, do we think Perez ran the new floor last week, and they've been running it in practice and have reverted to the soon-to-be illegal floor for the race and qualifying? Potentially. Just saying. I mean, I'm not saying they're running an illegal floor. I'm just, I'm here to make conversation, and that's a very important conversation at the moment. Are Red Bull and Ferrari running a soon-to-be outlawed floor? Russell in 3rd, interesting. Russell into 3rd. Norris, very good lap. Norris is absolutely rapid round here this week. He actually is absolutely rapid round here this week. Really, really is. Very, very quick. Very, very quick. Oh, Yuki Tsunoda. So, Norris is legitimately quick. Legitimately quick. Interesting. It's very interesting. I don't think so, Nathan. I don't think so. What's wrong with the floor? How is it different, and why would it be banned? I did an entire video on the potential differences in the floor, and it's on the Pit Lane Sim Racing YouTube channel. But it moves in a different way, and no one knows if any team is in fact. Well, there definitely are. There definitely is a team running a dodgy floor. The FIA haven't named who. We don't know how many teams, but they've said they can't do it from the next race. So we don't know is the answer. We don't know is the answer. Hamilton with a purple final sector. So the track is evolving quickly here. Actually, let's remember the last session was wet, wasn't it? So the drivers are getting their eye in a bit. Verstappen into the 18.5s there. So Mercedes, they're showing more pace now. Interesting. Perez still nowhere compared to his teammate. Perez still nowhere versus his teammate. Please make sure you're hitting the like button, guys. It really, really helps. It really helps. Lots and lots. We might be, I reckon, we're going to be getting mid-17s if it stays dry. I reckon mid-17s. So Sainz and Leclerc popping in where you'd think they would. Leclerc slower though. Sainz nearly troubling Verstappen. Interesting. Very interesting. Schumacher currently bottom, last, but I was going to say he's not set a time yet, Schumacher. Stroll on his second run now. Yawny yawn. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Thank you, everyone, for the reactions. Really appreciate those. So, can Schumacher stay in qualifying with the non-updated? Imagine if Schumacher stayed in qualifying and Magnussen didn't with the updated Haas. Stroll goes up to 9th place there. I expect them to get a lot faster here. Who do we think we're going to lose, guys? Who do you think we're going to lose? Can Aston Martin get into Q2? I think it's going to be tough for him. But I think the track is evolving quickly. Looking at it, I think it's evolving very, very quickly. Okay. So Magnussen's on his fast lap now. He's set a green first sector. Sainz is really, really close to Verstappen, isn't he? We're in that lull now. We're in that lull where generally most cars are in the pits waiting for that time to be the last one over the line, so they've got the most track, you know. Perez is so far off Max, but again, we don't know if he's running a new floor. We just don't know. You know, we don't know. Don't know. This is a theory. I think by neutrals that we kind of hope that something is going on with the Red Bull and the Ferraris, you know. So we've got 2 green sectors by Mick, but he hadn't set a time before. So we'll have to see what he does and where he goes. Schumacher goes up to 9th. Okay, look at that. Look at that. Look at that between Schumacher and Magnussen. Just saying. That's crazy. That's crazy. Won't have that comment. That comment's going to get deleted, Daniel. I don't know. Who do you think is a Lewis Hamilton fan? Who do you think's a Lewis Hamilton fan? Because it's not me. I won't have people being childish in the chat. Zhou Guan Yu up to 5th. We've got Vettel on an improved lap, Latifi improving, Albon improving, but still right down. So we've got... So basically, 28.5 in the first sector is what you need. So Vettel's up to 12th. It doesn't look like the upgrades were worth it, does it? Ricciardo does need to deliver right now. You are quite correct. I've defended him the last 2 races, but this is where Ricciardo needs to be somewhere near. Hamilton with the purple first sector at 28.2. Hamilton 0.2 faster than Sainz in the first sector. Hamilton is on a staggering lap here. Is 0.2 faster than Sainz in that first sector. Leclerc slow in the first sector, improved middle sector. A personal best middle sector by Hamilton there. Interesting. Sainz with the purple second sector. So Sainz and Hamilton about equal on these laps. Leclerc with a rubbish lap there. Leclerc with a legit rubbish lap there. Hamilton goes provisional P1 with an 18.3. That's, I mean, we'll see what the track evolution does, won't we? We'll see if that's standard. Sainz goes second with an 18.4. Russell goes second with an 18.4. Interested to see what Verstappen and Leclerc do here. Alonso with a rubbish first sector. Alonso could be going out here. Waiting to see what Verstappen does. Is he even out? I don't think Verstappen's even on track, is he? Is Verstappen even on track? I'm not sure. Alonso up to 5th. Good lad. I don't think Verstappen's even on track, is he? Is Verstappen on track? Latifi with a purple first sector. Latifi. The track is dry. Latifi with a purple first sector. Green second sector. Danny Rick up to 6th, indeed. Did Latifi not make that lap work? Where's Latifi? Did he not make that work? How did he not make that work? Perez is in danger here. Schumacher's in danger. Gasly is out. Latifi, Gasly, Albon out. Vettel may be going out. The margins are fine here. The margins are fine here. So Vettel's out in Q1. Vettel's out. So we've got Albon, Vettel, Gasly, Latifi out. Tsunoda's out. Latifi lost 0.8 in the final sector. He genuinely had a purple first sector. Latifi track limits. Okay. So, I mean, look, Perez was in danger there. Mick Schumacher coming through in 14th. Stroll through as well. But let's be clear about that. It's half a tenth slower that Vettel was there. You know, it's close. It's close. So, Verstappen lost his lap time as well. I think they just said. 0.8 P1 to P14, indeed. Like, we can't, like, everyone's liked Vettel radio. So disappointed for Vettel there. Like 0.068 is nothing, man. It's nothing. Such a shame. Such a shame. It is a shame that. So the Ricciardo there, look, is like less than a tenth and a half behind Norris. So, yeah, Nathan, they've had a lot of upgrades. Last race they had tons of upgrades. The AlphaTauri. No, not yet, Ashton. Not yet, Ashton. Next race, Mercedes bring power unit upgrades. So it was Gasly that had a lap deleted there. Sorry, I realise that when I go quiet, there's literally no sound on the stream. Sorry, guys. Please make sure you're hitting that like button. Please make sure you're hitting that like button. It really, really helps, guys, wherever you're watching it right now. Wherever you're watching it, please get involved in the chat, guys. Please get involved in the chat if you're watching. We've got 2 people on Twitch. We've got 8 people on YouTube. Are you new? Are you new if you're on YouTube? Welcome. Welcome to the watch-alongs. We'll be here tomorrow for the race also. I'm live 30 minutes before the race. Thank you for coming along. Please make sure you're hitting the like and subscribing and all that good stuff. Knowing my luck, it's all normal peeps that are watching on YouTube as well. Thank you, Mark, David, Abdul, Kemboy, Mark, Peter, Dan, Paul, Stephen for the reactions. Thank you. Yeah, Ashton. And you know what? I think maybe people just need to adjust the barometer. Adjust the barometer with Danny Rick, honestly. Because I think everyone's very complimentary about Lando Norris, right? I think most people right. I know people have said don't like Lando, a few people, but if you take Lando as a driver, I think most people would say he's very, very good and he's one of the brightest young talents on the grid, right? We all know Danny Rick was that, but he's a 30-plus-year-old driver now. I'm not saying Danny Rick has lost anything, but maybe we're just seeing how good Lando is. You know? And I think maybe we need to readjust that because a tenth and a half slower. Let's look at Perez. Perez is 6 tenths behind Verstappen. Should we not be questioning Perez more? You know what I mean? Hello, Lulu. How you doing? Do you get where I'm coming from, guys? What do you think on that? Do we just need to readjust what we're thinking about Danny Rick in that setup? Do we? You know what I mean? I'm not knocking Danny Rick. I really like Danny Rick. But maybe we're doing Lando a disservice in saying that Danny Rick's not doing good enough. You know? I don't know. That's my take on it. Both the Mercs are on fresh sauce. Fair enough, Joey. Thank you. So you'll probably see the Mercs go out unused in Q2. Like, initially. No, Mercedes are not using 100% power. They haven't at all this season. We already are, Nathan. I am fairly convinced. I am fairly convinced that it's to do with the floor. I think it's to do with the floor. I honestly do, guys. If you've not had any, Sneak Electric Mango came out yesterday. Please go and order some and use the code PIT at checkout. If you like your energy drinks, zero sugar, natural flavors, natural colors, absolutely ram-packed full of natural vitamins and minerals. Why aren't the Mercs using full power? For reliability reasons, Nathan. They chose a lack of power to finish every race, basically. And the word is for Spa next, isn't it? After the summer break. The word is for Spa, they've got an entirely new hybrid system and a few other upgrades within the actual internal combustion engine, which will allow them to turn the entire PU up to 100%. Cheers, Dave. I haven't seen that directly, Ashton. I haven't seen it directly, so I wouldn't comment on it. Sneak, 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 sneak. How you doing, Ken boy? Kenya. How you doing? Fantastic. Love to see that. It is. It's really good, Nathan. It's really good. Oh, it's Q2 now. Yeah, Q2 now. How you doing, Sean? Hope you're well. Please make sure you're hitting that like button, guys. Following, subscribing, all that good stuff. Welcome to the 2 people on Twitch. Welcome to the 7 people on YouTube, and welcome to the 65 people on Facebook. Please do hit that like wherever you're watching it, and following and subscribing and all that good stuff, and sharing it and all that. I mean, we've been on about this a lot, Dave. Yeah, PIT, Matthias, PIT, P-I-T is the code. We've been on about this a lot, Dave. We've been on about this absolutely tons in the stream today. Having a COD day. Oh, Russell with a big lockup, I think. Russell with a big lockup into turn 1. I think it was Russell. I could be wrong. Or was it Hamilton? Someone locked up into the first corner there. Do I think Red Bull are using a dodgy floor? Look, I think it's logical to think that Red Bull and Ferrari are using a dodgy floor. Let's just call it that. Yeah, not just loads of fish. Russell with a purple second sector. These are used tyres here for the McLarens. I think everyone will be on used tyres, quite frankly. Got a 19.3 from Magnussen. Nowhere near good enough. Used tyres, certainly. Used tyres, certainly. Yeah, everyone's on used tyres in the 19s, 18s. Josh, I don't know about other teams, but the Mercedes has been having real trouble with lockups into turn 1. We call it, yeah. I'm just going to say dodgy, but please, if anyone's a Red Bull fan, I'm not. I mean, it's not a it's not a mouthful to say dodgy. It's easier to say, isn't it? I think it's logical to say that Ferrari and Red Bull are the prime candidates to be using a dodgy floor, right? But yeah, the sneak starter packs are awesome because you can get the shaker and you can get loads of different sachets with it, and you can try them out before you buy a tub. Really good. I recommend raspberry lemonade and pixel punch if they're still available. Leclerc 1-2, Mercedes 3-4, Haas 6-7 now. Norris takes provisional pole. He's on new, so he's on new. Norris is on new softs with that, and that is the fastest time of the weekend. My guess of a 17.5 looks on for pole, I think. So Leclerc Sainz used. Verstappen new tyres 17.7. Yeah. So Verstappen with new tyres 17.7. I think that'll be good to go through. Norris new tyres, Perez new tyres, Leclerc, Sainz old tyres, Hamilton, Russell old tyres, Magnussen old tyres, Schumacher old tyres. So Perez, Norris, and Verstappen were on new tyres. So we can't read too much into that. It's a very good time. That is absolutely rapid. I don't think pole is going to be all that much faster than that, quite frankly. Yeah. Exactly, Richard. It's a loophole. It's F1. You know, it's F1. It's F1. I can't knock it. It's Formula One. I mean, look at Aston Martin with their rear wing. You know, look at Aston Martin with their rear wing currently. You know, it's the way it is. That's just the way it is. So where we got Verstappen, provisional pole, Norris, Leclerc, Sainz, Russell, Hamilton, Magnussen, Schumacher, Alonso, Ricciardo. Perez had a time deleted. Oh, not good. It is, I agree, Dave. Alonso with the purple second sector. So Perez has got to nail it on his next run. How's Alonso doing here? Alonso. Vamos, Alonso! Up into second place. I reckon so, Richard. Alonso up in second, but he was using new tyres. I don't know whether that's going to be quick. It should be quick enough for Alonso to get through. And he's probably got a 10 to 2. Maybe, Richard. Maybe. Maybe. It was. He's now 76 years old, Dave. Joe goes in to 5th. Ocon 6th. I mean, Ocon goes 6th on new tyres, so that's not good for him because he's 8/10 behind Alonso there. So I'm just seeing Perez going track limits. Wow, that was nasty. Wait. He doesn't look over track limits. Perez was in. 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 On the replay I've seen, he was literally on the line. Maybe you guys have seen a different one. He was on the line on the replay I've just seen. So I'm bemused by that, but he was on the line. Definitely was on the line. I think they need to show the actual corner again there. He was on the line. He was on the line, Dewey, on what I saw. I don't know. Maybe you guys are seeing a different replay, but Perez was on the line for me. I feel like I've been shown the wrong replay because I do have a slightly different feed if you're watching on Sky or other outlets. So interesting. They were on old tyres, Kenboy. So I think we've got some people going on laps now. Hamilton is on an improved first sector here. I think you're going to need like a 17.7 here at least to get through. Now, you're going to need sub 18 for sure. Russell and Hamilton improving. I don't have the data, Richard, if they're on new. Okay, Dave, enjoy. I have the same data as you guys there. I don't know if they're on new. I think they are because Hamilton is doing an improved middle sector as well. Hamilton marginally faster than Russell on their second times. They would have time, if they're on used tyres, they still have time to do another run, do Mercedes. So Hamilton goes up to third. Hamilton goes up to third there. Norris, Ricciardo, 4th, 5th. Russell 5th, splitting the McLarens. I don't think it's enough, that. I don't think that's enough, and I don't know if that was on new tyres. Does anyone know? Interesting. Yeah, that was new tyres. That was new tyres. Look, we've got the data now. That was new tyres from Mercedes. I think that'll probably be quick enough, but I don't know. Russell might be struggling, you know. Leclerc goes up on a 17 second, just behind Verstappen. So Leclerc's through for sure. I think Russell might be in trouble there, honestly. I think Hamilton will be okay, but I think Russell might be in trouble. Honestly, Sainz up to fourth there with a 17.9. I honestly think you're going to need to be 18.0 to get through here. I feel. What do you guys think? I'm not sure. We've got some rain, apparently, on the back straight. We're hearing rain on the back straight. Perez's time has been reinstated. Perez's time has been reinstated. That was a terrible call. Terrible call. Honestly was. No, he did it on new tyres, Vincia. He did it on new tyres. It wasn't on old tyres. There are spits of rain. We've seen previously that we can see a fair amount of drizzle before it, before it really affects them, with the residual heat in the track and tires. You know. Richard. To me, there was no question he was in. I'm glad they've reinstated it, that they've made a mistake there. Yeah, someone got a bit click happy, didn't they, Rob, for sure. Perez is not looking good. Perez isn't safe. Is Perez on old tyres? He hasn't got time to get back. Perez is out. There's no way he gets through. There's no way Perez gets through here. Perez went slower than the one that got deleted. There's no way, unless he can get a second run out of it, unless he does a slow lap now to try and get some life back into it. There's no way for me he's making this work. I think you can see Ocon, Bottas, Magnussen. Honestly, any of those bottom five, you can see them improving for me. You can see any of those drivers. Oh, potentially Stroll running wide turn 5 there. It was close. 18.4, maybe. I mean, I'm just playing it by ear, Richard. Mate, an 18.4 probably. They've got way more data than me. I'm just little old me watching pictures and looking at the times. Unfortunately, I have the data I have, but they have more. I'm trying. I don't know if Strolls will get deleted, Turn 5 looked very marginal for him. So Ocon, Bottas are improving. Ocon and Bottas are improving here. I think we could see Perez out. Perez is out. Sorry, Magnussen's going to be out. Schumacher's slightly improving, I think. Ocon and Bottas, first and second sector better. Ocon and Bottas both first and second sector improved. Schumacher did improve, but nowhere near enough. Schumacher's out. Damn. So, Norris with a purple first sector. Bottas up to 8th. Ocon up to 8th, knocking Bottas down. Perez is out. There's no way Perez is making this work. Why is Leclerc? Because that's his in lap. He's just gone slow. Perez is out. Perez is totally out of this. Perez is in the pits. Perez is out. Perez, dust, mate. Terrible. I think Norris has had a massive moment in the middle sector. I've not seen it yet. He's backed out of it. I think he's saving the tyres. I think Norris went for it and then stopped going for it because the radioed him that he was in. And I think he's saving the tyres for the first run for Q3, honestly. That's the logical approach, isn't it? And then save a soft set for the end. Interesting. Perez, terrible. Terrible. Wait. Oh, no, that's Ricardo. Sorry, my replay there. Ricardo, what's Ricardo going to do? Up to 8th. Ricardo's in. So we've lost Perez, Zhou, Magnussen, Stroll, Schumacher. No, well, I mean, I was going to say no shocks there, but Perez. That's terrible. I'm not being funny. That's terrible. That's absolutely terrible. I mean, Perez is blaming that Magnussen was in the way, but I mean, they're not going to overturn this now. They're not going to do anything here. They might give Magnussen a bit of a penalty, but Perez is out. I don't see Perez getting through here on a technicality. I was thinking of 17.5 for pole, but yeah, you could go 17.4, I think. I don't see them reinstating that on a technicality. I was yellow anyway at that point. Right. I don't know. He does a good job, Nathan. I think replacing him is a strong thing to do. He's having a couple of off races, and hard to pass here though. Qualifying matters. Qualifying certainly matters. It certainly matters here. Please make sure you're hitting the like button, guys, and you're hitting the follow and all that good stuff, please. It really, really matters. It really, really matters. So, if you are new here, welcome. My name's Rich. I'm a content creator over on Facebook Gaming, and I do watch-alongs on the F1 weekends and offer my critique and analysis and live timing and things like that. And I think it's really, really good. So please do get involved with the chat and things. Don't rate him, think he's a mid-team kind of driver, but that's who you want as a second driver. Indeed, Rob, indeed. Fact that I've just heard. Fact that I've just heard, right, is that nobody has been through Sector 1 as fast as Latifi did earlier. And that wasn't why he got his lap deleted. So Latifi literally got the fastest sector on pace so far. That's mad. That's mad. Thank you, Louis, Stephen, Dylan, Mary Lou, Owen, Ibrahim, Kyle, Jamie, Aaron. Thank you for the reactions. It's mad, isn't it? Must have left his wallet in the garage that lap. I reckon so. So come on, top three in chat. Top three in chat, guys. What do you think? Get it going in chat. Who do you think? I want everyone in all the chats to say who they think is going to be the top three. Who do you think is going to be in the top 3? Leclerc, Sainz, Hamilton? Leclerc, Verstappen, Norris, Max, Sainz, Hamilton, Max, Leclerc, Hamilton. Max, Leclerc, Alonso. Verstappen, Leclerc, Norris. Verstappen, Leclerc, Norris, Max, Norris, Leclerc. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. I think I'm gonna go in with this. I'm gonna go in with this, right? I don't believe I'm just gonna be different. I'm gonna be different here. Max, Norris, Alonso. Max, Norris, Alonso. I'm going for it. Going for it. Max, Norris, Alonso. I'm trying not to be biased, but I'm looking at the times. I'm like, you know what? I think that might happen. What do we think? I never do, Stephen. I'm very neutral about his third now. Why wouldn't I go for Alonso? I'm very neutral with my predictions, always. But Alonso has shown pace the entire time. Norris has shown pace all weekend. It's still dry. It's still dry. Yes, it's touch and go. It's touch and go. I pride myself on being neutral with my predictions. Genuinely, I genuinely do pride myself on being neutral. And I think Alonso genuinely has an outside chance. Well, he's magnificent as a driver. He's one of the best on the grid still. How you doing, Liam? Hope you're well. Hope you're well. Please make sure you're hitting the like button wherever you're watching, hitting that follow and subscribe button, guys. Verstappen, Leclerc, Alonso. If Norris bangs that in first sector again, he's got a chance. Exactly, Nathan. Alonso's done that, and you know, he's a wily old fox. He might have a little bit left in his tank. Norris, he pumped in that little purple first sector, so it's interesting. It's interesting. The rest of the field will weep if Alonso qualifies third. Can you imagine? After last year. Right then, here we go. Everyone's going out for Q3. Q3. Welcome to all the viewers. Please make sure you're hitting that like button. I don't know if anyone's new that's watching. You need to let me know if you're watching on. Well, I don't know. There's only 4 likes on YouTube, so I don't think anyone's new there. I don't know if I've actually got people watching on YouTube, but welcome. So everyone's out. Purple first sector for Norris at the end there really has opened it up. Yeah, it makes you think, doesn't it, Nathan? It makes you think. I'm noob. So we've got new tyres on the Ferraris used on Norris, Ricciardo, Ocon, and Bottas. New tyres on Alonso. New tyres on Alonso. Old tyres on Hamilton. Old tyres on Ocon. So the new tyre runners, everyone else is on old. The new tyre runners are Leclerc, Alonso, and Sainz. So expect those to be top 3 here. Ricciardo, old tyres. So we have Sainz, Alonso, Leclerc, Verstappen on new tyres here. Everyone else is on old tyres. So they should be a top 4. Leclerc, Verstappen, Alonso, Sainz should make up the top 4 after this first round, in whatever order. Ocon with the purple first sector on his old tyres, 4-lap old. Ricciardo with a slow first sector there. Interesting. Leclerc with a purple first sector, about 0.2 faster than Ocon in the first sector. Massive slide out on exit of turn 1 from Leclerc. Purple second sector from Ocon. Sainz with a purple first sector there, 0.1 faster than Leclerc. How you doing, Richard? Hope you're well. Verstappen, Ocon goes an 18.8, 18.9 first salvo there. That's way too slow. It's just a banker. It's just a banker. Ricciardo 19.3, way too slow, just a banker that. Sainz with 2 purple sectors here, waiting on the third sector. Leclerc goes 17.9. I think that's way too slow. I didn't see Matthias. Sorry, I'm watching the timing. It's way too slow from Leclerc, I feel, there. 17.5 from Sainz. That's a quick time. Quickest time of the weekend so far. There. That's a very quick time. That's around where I thought Pole would be. Alonso goes 18.3, too slow as well. That is a rapid time from Sainz. That is a very, 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 very fast lap. That is a very fast lap. He's in a rubbish car, Ross. Rubbish car. So Russell in faster than Leclerc. Interesting. So we had used tyre Russell beat new tyre Leclerc. Alonso new tyres wasted, mate. Verstappen on old tyres went 7th. Did Verstappen have a moment there? Did we see a moment there? Who's on old tyres? Not according to this. Verstappen had a huge moment into turn 2. That's what it was. Max had a big mistake. There we go. That makes sense. Huge moment. Huge moment. Yeah. Russell on old tyres. Russell on old tyres beat Leclerc on new tyres. Hamilton turn 5. What are we seeing here? I think he's just in. It's close, but turn 5 up towards the chicane. Yeah, definitely, Rob. Definitely. So Verstappen has to nail it on his last run, frankly. I mean, Sainz is bang on, basically, where I thought Pole would be. So it's gonna have to be a very quick time. 17.4. But Sainz could take Pole. He definitely could take Pole. Please make sure you're hitting that like button, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. I will be live tomorrow as well for the race, whatever time that is. I'm not sure. I think it's earlier than this. I think the race. What time's the race tomorrow? I don't actually know. I should know. I'm streaming, but I'll be live 30 minutes before the race, guys. Is anyone watching on both Facebook and YouTube? Well, is anyone watching on YouTube as well? Let me know. George was on Scrubbed, confirmed. A firm on the scrub. Everyone's in the pits, Vince here. Everyone's in the pits, and I'm sure everyone's got a new set of tyres to go as well. Hmm. Just listening to commentary. If you take the fastest sectors, you get a 17.3 for pole. We're going to see here. We're going to see. I'm not sure what's going to go on here. I actually can't call this now. I don't know. Because Verstappen, like, you know, it only takes what we saw there. Verstappen made a mistake, you know? So we've got cars going out. We're ready to go. Is anyone going to revise the top three? What do you think? What do you think for your top three? It definitely is, Stephen. Definitely. Definitely is. Let us know your top three in chat. Let us know your top three in chat, everyone. So Ocon, everyone's on fresh tyres, I'm sure, at this point. Yeah, but it wasn't official because he didn't finish the lap, Nathan. So that's the thing. Pardon me. Verstappen, Sainz, Russell. I don't know if Verstappen can do it, you know. I honestly don't think. I don't know if he can set pole here. I honestly don't know. I mean, it's going to have to be a mighty lap. Is working to. Oh, Verstappen radio. Verstappen reporting, I have no power. I don't know if anyone else has got any more info on that, but I'm hearing that he's got no power. Leclerc, Sainz, Verstappen from Martin in YouTube chat. Thanks for contributing, dude. Hope you're well. Ricard, oh, behave, Derek. Behave, Derek. Russell, Hamilton, Alonso. Oh, come on, dude. I'm looking at the track map. Verstappen is in front of Hamilton and still moving, so I think we're good. He's still saying no power. He is in front of Hamilton coming around the final corner. Is he coming around the final corner? I'm not sure what's going on here. But we have a purple. Whoa, a staggering first sector from Leclerc. And 28.1, which is as fast as Norris's from the end of Q2. That is absolutely rapid. That Manx Gaming, Merckx and Leclerc. Sainz with a 28.0. Verstappen's got problems. Sainz with a 28.0. That is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Staggering first sector from Sainz. Everyone 3/10 slower. Holy hell. That is unreal. Is that a red second sector, though, from Sainz? Has he made a mistake? Leclerc with a purple final sector, 17.5. Has Sainz made a mistake? I think Sainz has made a mistake in the second sector. It was slow. Watching him come over the 17.4 for Sainz and Leclerc 17.5. What a lap from Sainz. Absolutely throwing it down. Norris third. Norris into third. Russell with a first and second sector that are green as well, so he could improve here. He could improve here. He could improve here. What's Russell going to get? What's Russell going to get here? What's Russell going to get? Russell goes pole! Russell pole! Russell pole! Russell pole! Russell pole? Where's that come from? Russell pole? Is that a legal lap? Is that legal lap? Have we got anything on track limits for Russell? Where the hell has that come from? Where has that come from? Is anyone getting anything on track limits on that? Where the hell? Where's that come from? What? He didn't get a purple sector. He didn't get any purple. Is this real life? Is this real life? Is this real life? Did Russell just take pole? This is happening, isn't it? This is happening. This has happened. This is it, Vince here. So just to... Sorry, guys. Sorry, I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it, guys. That is staggering. Look, I know people who's a Russell fan might have said that, but no one actually thought that was going to happen. No one actually thought that was going to happen. Like, actually thought that was going to happen. But the story, I guess, is Russell with pole, from Sainz, from Leclerc, Norris 4th, Ocon and Alonso 5th and 6th, Hamilton 7th, having to abort his lap because Verstappen had a problem in front of him. I think his engine died. I mean, I'm shocked. I can't believe it. I can't believe that. Hamilton has DRS issue, wasn't opening. I mean, do you know what? Look, this is where Formula One absolutely bangs, mate. This is where Formula One is just the best sport in the world. Because you can be a Russell fan, but let's face it, if you're a Russell fan, today you're like, look, if Russell can maybe edge in on 4th or 5th, great job, boy. Pole? What's happened? Like, let's be really honest. You can say you called that all day, every day, but you didn't. No one actually thought Russell was getting pole here. No one thought Russell was taking pole. That's unbelievable, mate. That's unbelievable. I honestly have thought that Mercedes would win a race at some point this season. But that's unbelievable, mate. That's unbelievable. Norris 4th, indeed, Chris. I'll keep saying it, Michael. I'll keep saying it, Michael, because I'm excited and I love it. Where would Ham have been? It's interesting. I mean, let's be real. Probably the same level, as in, it'd have been top 5, Hamilton, you know. We do have a race tomorrow. It is Dewey. I don't think they have, Matthias. I don't think they have shown the 100% engine. I love Formula One, man. I love Formula One. A little bit, Richard, but on balance, throughout his career, Lewis has had plenty of luck. This is mad. I don't think there'd have been 1-2. I don't think Hamilton would have been up there. I think that's one of those laps. In all seriousness. I think I think that's one of those laps where a driver just gets it right. You know, it just happens. Red Bull, though, 10th and 11th. Oh, dear. Oh, dear, Red Bull. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Okay, so Hamilton, I believe, couldn't start his lap properly because of Verstappen with his issues ahead, but also he had DRS issues apparently. Indeed, if Max needs a new engine, isn't it back of the grid? Porsche dislikes it. That result's awesome. That's really good. That's really good. Look, that's for me. That's really good for the championship. This for a neutral. Honestly, this is what you want for the championship, right? Verstappen, for me, look, I'm really not being biased. Verstappen down in 10th is the championship leader. Might need an engine penalty, get sent to the back, right? For me, as a neutral. Russell on pole, he's not involved in the championship. Leclerc third, so he might get more points than Max. Max might not get many points, and it just makes it closer. So I'm happy. Is that George's first pole, or has he had a pole? I can't remember. No, I've always thought Red Bull are the team to beat. This is just an anomaly. Bottas 8. First pole. He deserves it. Those who know me and know me personally know I've been banging the drum of George Russell literally years. So definitely, it's an interesting one. Look, I'm not being anti anything. I'm being pro Formula One. This is brilliant for the championship. This is brilliant for the championship. This is brilliant for the championship. Potentially. But there we go. No, I don't think anyone called Russell Sainz Leclerc. I don't know, Matthias, because I think you're going to see a different Mercedes in the next race anyway. I've been saying that a while. I think we're going to see something different from Mercedes in the next race anyway, honestly. I want to know. I want to know what's happened there. That's crazy. I don't know. I don't know. So guys, tomorrow I will be live 30 minutes before the race gets underway. A bit of a fantasy, Paris. You can almost guarantee that Ferrari are going to do something stupid. But, I mean, look. No, not really, Luke. Not really, because it literally is a break. They're not allowed to work. Hungary is very different to pass on. Difficult to pass on. The Hungarian is really difficult to pass on. And Mercedes have got really good traction generally. Remember Russell versus Verstappen at Catalonia? Russell knows how to defend and defend very intelligently. I won't jinx it, but Russell, that pole position is very meaningful, and he is very much the type of driver that can bring that home. I'm not sure pressure will particularly bother him either. So, very interesting. Very interesting. But of course, Sainz and Leclerc in those Ferraris are rapid in a straight line. Yeah, they have to actually stop working, Luke. So, no, I don't expect them to look massively different, honestly. I'm not exactly sure on the dates of when they stop working, but I know they have to stop working in that gap, you know? But there we have it. There we have it. There we have it. Russell, Sainz, Leclerc, Norris, Ocon, Alonso, Hamilton, Bottas, Ricciardo, Verstappen make up your top 10 there. We'll have to wait and see if Verstappen gets an engine penalty. Did we get any more information on that? Did he specifically say anything, or was it just lack of power? Was it just lack of power? Was it gearbox, or was it PU, or? Love seeing that. Love seeing that. I don't think. I don't think. I don't think many people will be mad if Russell were to win tomorrow. I don't think fans of any other driver would be mad if Russell were to win tomorrow. He's definitely, he deserves one, doesn't he? He deserves a race win. Sky talking to Helmut Marko, mate, he's totally going to blame Lewis Hamilton. 100% Helmut Marko is going to blame Lewis Hamilton for something. He just is. Yes, 100% Ferrari are doing something stupid tomorrow. You could see Norris getting onto the podium tomorrow. And let's not forget Ocon and Alonso knocking on the door, Hamilton right behind Alonso. I think Hamilton could be in for a long old day tomorrow behind Alonso. Alonso also, I'm not being biased in saying Alonso is lightning off the start, so you could see him move forward off the start tomorrow as well. He's very good off the start. So it's going to be a really interesting Grand Prix tomorrow. I don't know how to stop this stream now because of how I'm doing it. I actually don't. But thank you very much for joining me, guys. I will be live tomorrow, 30 minutes before the race. I think that'll be about 1:30. I'll be live. Thank you so much for joining me. It's not too late to hit the like button on the stream and also follow and subscribe and all that good stuff. Thank you so much for joining me. Please do come along for the race tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have a bit more of a pre-show tomorrow because I was working stuff out today. Thank you very, very much, and I will see you for the Grand Prix tomorrow.